Yeah. Look out your window. Knicks fans is on your block. Y'all know the Knicks run the city. Pull them shades back. Look out your window. Look down there on the block. That's Knicks fans right there. It's about that time. It's about that time of the week where you get ready for your work week with the man that is so smooth he does not require a chaser. Your main man, the real Anthony D. And your main man, Jersey's finest, the hood representative, Uncle Freezie.
Yo, what's good, party people? I got something that I need to go through just really quick. So my man, Anthony D, is not going to be here with me today. Peace to my man, Anthony D. Hope all is well. Just got the message from him this morning that he won't be able to make it. But your man, the number one Chief Rock Knicks Universe, is here. But ladies and gentlemen, Knicks faithful, gather round. Welcome to Old School Knicks, the place where we don't sugarcoat, don't sidestep, and definitely don't act like everything's fine. Let's face it, being a Knicks fan is like being in one of those old school relationships. You love them, but they drive you insane. Every year it seems like it's the same old story. This is the year they say, we got talent, we got all the tools, we got the city behind us, and yeah, we fall for it. And why? Because we love this team. This is New York, the Mecca of basketball. Madison Square Garden doesn't light up for mediocrity. But then, just when you think they're about to turn the corner, they trip, something happens. How do we add so much talent on paper? It looks like a dream and still manage to leave us pulling our hair out. Some nights they look like the real deal, sharp, disciplined, moving the ball like a symphony in rhythm. And then on other nights, it's like they forgot the basics. Defense fall apart, turnovers pile up, and the energy, something we got to talk about today, right? Something me and my old school Knicks fans gonna have to talk about today, right? But it's not just the losing that gets to us, though. It's the hope. It's like you did all of this stuff, right? You did all of these things. Front office did a great job. The acquisitions have been, for the most part, playing their position, right? But the constant roller coaster of hope and heartbreak drive us crazy. The little stretches of brilliance that make you think maybe this time we can be better than Boston or whoever. And then, bam, reality hits you like a buzzer beater in the chest. And it's not even stuff that happens away from the court, because we don't have that with this regime. We don't have like the distractions and all of that stuff happening, right? Right? So we don't have that type stuff. But here's the thing, Knicks Nation, Knicks fans, old school Knicks. We keep coming back. We show up, we cheer, we rant, we argue, and yeah, we suffer at times. But we do all these things together. This team, for all its flaws, is a part of who we are as a Knicks community, right? And when that day finally comes, when we finally win it, when we finally get to hang that banner and the city erupt, we can all say we did it. And you better believe it's going to be the sweetest moment ever. So here we are, Knicks fans, frustrated, tired, but still standing. Because no matter how inconsistent this team is, we're consistently loyal. And that's what makes us Knicks fans. Salute to y'all, man. Cully is in the building. Cowboy Bob is in the building. Salute. Andios was good. Good to see y'all, man. So I wanted to get that off my chest. I generally at times don't get the opportunity to like get in a bag or something like that. But here we are. Right? So here we are. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm increasingly more frustrated about us losing big games against good teams. I'm increasingly frustrated that the answer to every dilemma is always play harder. No strategy. No strategy. Right? The answer to every dilemma, to every conundrum that comes up is play harder. Right? And the answer can't be play harder, because when you do that, when you say that, you give the impression that the guys on the floor don't care. I saw Jalen Brunson hobbling up the floor the other night, and to assume that Jalen Brunson don't care is crazy. Karl Anthony Towns keep driving to the basket, keep getting accosted at the rim, keep falling down, holding up the game, hurt. And to assume that he don't care is crazy. See Josh Hart diving, throwing his, sacrificing his body, right? And then to just say, play harder. That's crazy. Bonkers. And the one thing we can't deny or state, it'll be beyond fiction, is that this team is not talented. This team is super talented. Right? And maybe this team is top heavy. Right? Or maybe the way that this team is deployed is top heavy. Right? Maybe the way this team is deployed is top heavy. Right? Maybe so. But you can't blame that on the players, because the players just play their role. The players play their role. They play their position. They do it at a high level, sacrifice their body. How many times have you seen OG Anunoby slam his body to the floor and just hope that OG Anunoby gets up? Right? Shout out to my friends in the chat. Soulfinger12 is in the building. Pastor J is in the building. Salute. My guy holding it down, Andios is in the building. Jose Perez in the building. What's good? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The GOAT Cully is in the building. Cowboy Bob, what's good? What's good? If one of y'all want to come up and rock, man, that's cool. I mean, I don't care. I'm only gonna be here for about 50 minutes. So if you want to come through and hang with your guy, that's cool. That's groovy. But the Knicks play the Milwaukee Bucks today, and all of a sudden, the Milwaukee Bucks look like legit. Out of the blue, the Milwaukee Bucks are 2.5 games behind us in the standings. They beat us today. They'll be 1.5 games behind us in the standings. What does that mean in January? Maybe not a ton. It may not mean a ton in January, but it may mean what I have been thinking for a minute. This is my question for you guys. I keep getting that thing over there. Over there. I'm not for sure why that thing is fading in and out. Maybe if I get in the middle. There we go. There we go. So maybe the Knicks have peaked. Travel vibes in the building. Salute. Have we seen the best version of the Knicks this season? Chat, let me know. Have we seen the best version of the Knicks? Does this team need a trade? Does this need an infusion of energy? And if it does, who's gonna go? What are you gonna move in order to bring in new energy? You feel me? It's one of them things, man, where it's like, I don't know, dog. I don't know if a trade is the answer. Because what's the point in doing the trade if Tibbs is not going to play the guys that you get? What's the point in going and getting Bruce Brown and Chris Boucher if Tom Thibodeau gets both of those players and only plays Bruce Brown? And now Chris Boucher doesn't play. What was the point? JD in the building. Salute. I see you, JD. What's good, man? JD says the question is have we seen the best version of the Thunder this year? I feel you. And you bring up the bet two defensive players and such. Yeah, man. I feel you. I understand about not playing full strength. I feel you. Thank you for your comment too. Real King is in the building. Salute. Man, make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit the like. Subscribe to the channel. LI1 is in the building. My people. Salute. And also thank y'all too for always expressing your opinion and not recycling others' opinions and not being afraid to state your opinion. I'm here for it. I'm here for it, right? Have the Knicks peaked too soon? Right? Have we gotten all the juice out of the squeeze, and now our lack of depth may have caught up with us? Or is this just, or is it just a bump in the schedule? IKBM Dre pointed out something the other day, and that brother be sharp. We don't always agree, right? We don't always agree. Y'all know I'm a strong. We don't always agree. Y'all know I'm very opinionated, like most sports fans, right? Super opinionated. But I think he was onto something when he said Jalen Brunson is not shooting the three. Is hurting us. But at the same time, when I mentioned that the Knicks need another guard to take the ball out of Jalen Brunson's hands so that when the defense focuses on Jalen Brunson, we can have like a counter to their, you know what I'm saying? If we want to keep it a stack, I think one of the things that we have to talk about in the Knicks community, if we want to keep it a stack, I think one of the things that we have to talk about in the Knicks community is, has Tom Thibodeau mismanaged a talented roster? LI1 says Josh Hart second time saying egos and agendas. The counter is in Cleveland. Hey man, while I think Josh is right, I think Josh is wrong. I think Josh is right. Or let me say it like this. LI1, let me say it like this. I think Josh is correct, but I think he's wrong. So I won't say he's right, because right and correct may be two different things at different times, right? Correct means the absolute answer. Right means you have the right to supply the answer that you think best fits. I know that sounds like me doing like vocabulary gymnastics where it's not necessary, but and see, building blocks, thank you, thank you, thank you, right? Because here's the thing, and I'm glad y'all bringing that up. I wasn't going to bring this up, but I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to bring this up, right? You can't say that Cat is unselfish. Anytime a NBA player leads the NBA in something other than scoring, they're totally unselfish. Say, for instance, if an NBA player lead the league in assists, that means he's sharing. If an NBA player leads the league in blocks, that means he's going for it, trying to be the deterrent. He's going for it. Jay Boogie in the building. Salute to Nick Yak. Nick Yak is in the building. Jay Boogie says, good morning, good morning, good morning. 3 capital S's of blessings, health, and happiness on this beautiful Sunday. The players should have had a players-only meeting before this game. Get rid of all egos. Right. Here's the thing. I can't say the egomaniac is Karl Anthony Towns. I don't think it's him. I don't think it's Karl Anthony Towns. Right? Because how do you go stretches in a game without shooting the basketball and you're a center and you lead the league in rebounding and you're shooting 44% from 3, but you don't even get to shoot the 3 because you barely get the ball out there for 3. Right? I think the culprit is I think the egomaniac in this scenario is Tom Thibodeau. Surprise! I think Tibbs is the egomaniac in this case. And listen, to get where that guy is, you don't get there with levels of self-doubt and low confidence. You don't get to be where Tom Thibodeau is with bouts of low confidence, low esteem, right? You don't get there with that. Also, if we're playing the blame game, Josh Hart may be the culprit of not understanding his role in this offense and defense. Hit him up in the building. Salute. Let me bring my guy up here. Where my guy at?
Let's get it. Y'all be spitting with your flows, I'm just podcasting.
That's right.
On the air every day, I'm just podcasting.
What?
You don't know what that mean when I say I'm podcasting. I'm broadcasting these flows with the podcasting. Every day of my life, I'm just podcasting.
Right.
Share my dreams with you, mean I'm podcasting.
What?
You can see my vision through the podcasting.
Yeah.
But don't forget Jay Boogie when I'm broadcasting.
What?
I'm podcasting,
What?
he podcasting.
What?
I've been spitting this venom since Karate Flicks. When Mr. Sims was sharing nothing but the Knicks. I guess you know by now, I seen some tough years. Now I know the reason why Freezie got them blowing tears. Closest thing to the
J Boogie, salute. What's good, boss?
Good morning, my brother. How are you, my guy? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody, man, on this beautiful day of life. Another Sunday, man. Here we are. So you had to stream through there, you know what I'm saying? I'm up and I ain't got too much things going on. Everybody's out of the way. So let me come up here and rock with you on this Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Kick it with you a little bit, man. See what's happening with you, man. How you see you got your dangle. But you get ready to go to another paid in full movie or something? Where you going, man? Huh? Got the side by side BBSs or something on it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Got my Jetta outside, the red Jetta. You know what I'm saying? Got the red Jetta outside. But about to ride through Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Go buy me some polo. You know what I'm saying?
It's coming too hard to do a bull down. He got to the source wall, boy, see. This guy from your Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So yeah, just I'm kicking it, man. Was gonna go to church today, man. And then the joint I had put to the side, man. It just ain't that. Jay, you know I like to be fresh when I go into church, right? I know it shouldn't need to be about being fresh going to church.
Right.
It ain't supposed to be about that, bro. It's supposed to be come as you are, and then if you got some, you know what I'm saying, make church. But man, so I'm trying to get these powder blue. You remember when we used to say powder blue? People don't even say powder blue no more. You know,
nah. Because the Tar Heels ain't nothing.
Right? Yeah. So but ironically, I was trying to order the Concord blue. That you mentioned Tar Heel blue. That's how I was getting at. I was try to order the Concord blue Jordan 11s and have them be in so I can stand step. Got my little outfit together, whatever, man. Big guys gotta stay fresh. Everybody, big guys gotta stay fresh and gotta be smelling good, bro. You got it all the time, 24/7, bro. Gotta have your beard lined up. You gotta be fresh. Stay in a barbershop. Spend them $55 or however many dollars y'all spend on haircuts where y'all at. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do that.
That's facts. When you're a bigger guy, everything must be intact, sharp,
Pristine.
everything.
Pristine, all the time, 24/7.
From
Right?
the first step you put on the concrete when you hop out the whip, all the way, fresh, tight.
And be cool. You gotta be cool with it, man. Can't be sloppy. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so Jay Boogie, the one of the things. So shout out to my man Anthony D. He couldn't make it today.
What up, AD?
And AD, if you listening, man, we miss you, brother. But one of the things that I'm talking about, and it's not, I don't have anything against anybody in the organization. I am one of the Knicks content creators that don't feel like we don't need a trade. And I feel as if at the beginning of the year, the roster was set up perfect, right? What I feel like right now, though, is the roster has been mismanaged. And I don't think it'll be able to be corrected because today we play game number 40. It's not the beginning of the season no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We in the middle of the season. And so, and if I can explain to you, because I don't know if I shared this with you, I feel like the starting five was perfect, right? I feel like we have a great starting five, right? I feel like the back end of the bench, players 12 through 15, Huck Porty, Dottier, Kev McCullough, Tyler Kolek, that's perfect. You put them young guys at the end of the bench, and then they have to earn their keep, fight their way up the depth chart.
Right.
Where I think we have fallen down at is players 6 through 11. Precious, Deuce, Jericho Sims, Cameron Payne, Landry Shamet. I think that's where things kind of have gotten a little inconsistent. Deuce has missed like 10 games. Precious has missed 21 games. Cameron Payne has missed 5 games. Landry Shamet has only been here for about 10 games or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Jumpman has been inconsistent. Ariel Huckporty has been inconsistent. Right? The young guys, when I say inconsistent, I'm not bashing them because young guys are going to be inconsistent. You know that. Like Jay Boogie is a high school hooper like myself. And he remembers like as a upperclassman, when the freshmen came in to play, they would always be better than all the other freshmen. But at times they'll do something, make lapses because they're still learning.
Mm-hmm.
And it's no knock on them because you got to learn. Right. And so I think that our roster has been not used appropriately. And so when I talk to myself about how do you fix it, Jay Book, I don't know if there's an answer. Because now we are headed to the trade deadline and the playoff push. And now is not the time to be breaking in rookies. You probably should have been breaking in rookies at the beginning of the year. So they'll be prepared for this moment right here. You feel me? Like, because it's mid-January. Let's say it's mid-January, right? So it's mid-January. And, we're still not, or I don't have the sense that we're still looking to break in the young talent. The reason why I say the roster is perfect, though, is because the last 2-3 years, the end of our roster had names like Charlie Brown Jr. on it, when he wasn't the future of Knicks basketball. Daquan Jeffries, Shake Milton, Dwayne Washington Jr., right? And shout out to Dwayne Washington Jr. His pops used to play for the Sixers. I remember watching him, back in the day. But that leaves us where we are right now, where a lot of Knicks fans feel like we need a monster trade to get this thing back on track. How do you feel about that? You think we need a monster trade?
No, we don't need a monster trade. We need a balanced trade. We say it again. We need a balanced trade. I don't fault Leon Rose for doing what he did.
Right.
Reason why I say that, because 2 years ago, we was running around here feeling like we had the best bench it was in the league. If not in the league, at least in the East. We was running around feeling like that. So with that, during that time, we had younger rookies that were not coming up on their first contract to get some money. So you could do certain things. So now those rookies that come up and they wanted money and everything, they don't moved on. So Leon's choice was to go ahead and big up this starting five.
Right.
That's something we didn't have. We didn't have a major starting five.
Right.
2 years ago.
Right.
We had, a decent squad, but it wasn't a major five like this is. From the 1 to the 5. The Jalen, the Josh, the Bridges, the OG, and Cat. That's a major starting five. The problem is now we don't have no balance and nothing kicking off the bench.
Oh, so that's a great word. Did you say balance?
Yeah, balance.
Yeah. I'm sorry for cutting you, bro. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry for cutting you, bro.
Yeah,
you just caught me. That's like an amen right there. Amen, Pastor.
Yeah. So we gotta Leon has to figure this out at the deadline and make a move where we can get a little bit more balance, you know what I'm saying? Where we're comfortable with people coming off the bench, coming into the game, and giving us a significant 6-7 minutes span. These guys that's coming in off the bench, they're not for that. Be honest with you, Deuce is not supposed to be our best player coming off the bench. He's supposed to be one of the marquee players coming off the bench. like the second best player.
Right.
Deuce has moved up because the bench has gotten so weak that Deuce is the number one guy coming off the bench. And it should be that. He should be the second, at worst, third best. You know, he comes in and he does. And shout out to Deuce. I don't say that in no disrespectful way because he's worked on his game. You know, he realized what was going to be needed, and he worked on that. They got rid of a shooter. I need to make sure I'm a shooter. He's doing everything he can to try to fulfill whatever is needed coming off that bench. But all that pressure should not be just on Deuce. So I look for Leon, which is he's been great at, all the way back to Derrick Rose. This is Leon's time right here, right now.
Yep.
Trade, deadline, this is when Leon makes a move that's been stinging for the second half of the season. You know? So I look for something to be done with Leon, get a little bit more balance, and let's rock out. If we don't make a move, I very much look for when Mitch comes back, the Mitch going to that starting five, and Josh goes back to that bench. Do I want to break up that starting five? No. But if we don't make a move to get something that's going to help solidify that bench, you're going to have to solidify some way, somehow. So you might as well put Mitch in the starting five, put Josh back on the bench. That plays that plugs in two scenarios. I'm not saying Mitch is anywhere like Hardenstein or anything like that, but you can best believe when Chet comes back, he's going in that starting five. OKC is going with two bigs. They're going with that. You know what I'm saying? Now, can it work out for us? We do not know, whatever, but that's only if we don't make another move to bring somebody else. There's rambling, there's rumors about, you know what I'm saying, the dude over there in Houston, Sims for him, the guy that come from out of Villanova. He fell back. Yeah, it's words of him coming up. That'd be a good look. And get Ryan off this bench and go down there and get TJ. That'll be a good look. That's some things that we can't do. So it's some moves that we can make. But right now, we got to get it together. And I've been running around saying that I was really looking forward to, you know what I'm saying, by 6 o'clock yesterday evening, I was looking for Ian Begbie somehow, somewhere on Twitter or YouTube to come out with breaking news and saying the Knicks players that have an in-house closed players only meeting. You know what I'm saying? I was really looking for that because that was due. You need to iron everything out and get everything out of the way. Egos, whatever you got going on. No Leon, no West, no coaching staff. Just get in there, shoot a fair one, get a one-on-one, and come out here today at 3 o'clock ready to smack Milwaukee. If you didn't do that, then this game is up for grabs for Milwaukee to take. If we come out here the same way like we did the other day, this game is up for Milwaukee. Don't want to hear no more about we the top three team, one of the top three in the East. I don't want to hear no more about we're the top five and overall in the league, because what I just saw was we lost to Houston on their floor. We lost to OKC on their floor. We lost to Boston on their floor. Cleveland came to New York and beat us on our floor. I say that because OKC, Cleveland, and Boston just played one another along with us in this 1 week. And outside of us, all three of those teams won on their floor. OKC beat Boston on their floor. OKC beat the Knicks on their floor. Cleveland beat OKC on their floor. OKC came here and beat us on our floor. I have a problem with that. Cleveland beat us on our floor. I have a problem with that. So we need to stop trying to feel like we're with them. We're not with them yet. Can we get there? Yes, we can. But right now, the Knicks are nowhere near OKC, Boston, Cleveland, and Houston has an upper hand. The thing that all four of those teams got over us, each and one of those teams have at least 2 years together. At least. Even Houston. They got at least 2 years together.
Houston is red hot right now too, bro.
Yeah, they hot right now. OKC, they got years together. Boston, this is their second year together. You know what I'm saying? And Cleveland, this is their second year together. Only thing they did was added a coach that understood and came out from off the bench over there at Golden State. And I know there's a lot of Kenny Atkinson fans, but stop thinking if Atkinson would have came here during that time with that roster we would have had, he'd have done the same thing. What's going on in Cleveland? Don't think that. Stop that. So we needed to get it together, and I think we can turn the corner because experience has showed me that Leon has made the jumpstart move at the trade deadline, and for the last 3-4 years, maybe the Knicks have played good basketball in the second half of the season. But get all that other stuff out of the way, man. Whatever's holding us back, bothering us, let's get it out of the way. Stop pointing fingers at one another and all this and that. Even for the players behind conversations, they probably talking about one another. The fan base, we point for no. Let's get all that out of the way and let's get right. It's not even All-Star break yet. Right. It's not. So I look for us to overcome this right here, man, for real. But we got to get some balance on that bench so guys can stop playing so many minutes. If Tom, that's your biggest situation.
Yeah.
Overplaying. You're okay as a coach. You're good at coach, but you're overplaying. So therefore, when you're not coaching good, you're running the guys down where they can't help you. Two things can't happen at the same time. If you're not coaching good, the players got to be playing good. If the players ain't playing good, you got to be coaching good. But never can the coach not be coaching good and the players not be playing good at the same time. And that's what's happening right now. We need to figure this out.
Right. Yeah. But I ain't gonna front, bro. One of the things I hated as a player or as an athlete is when a coach overcoached and we were doing bad. Right? Like for instance, when I was playing basketball in the late 70s, early 80s, right, you would hear rumors about such and such point guard from Brooklyn. Maybe he was from Coney Island somewhere, or maybe you heard about, and I'm talking about in Jersey City, right? You know how things go around the city. You know what I'm saying? And so we used to hear rumors, like for instance, Chad. I'll share with y'all when I was playing, when I was hooping in Jersey City. One of my good friends, David Rivers, was a point guard. Right, he wound up getting drafted by the Lakers. And I think it was like 87, 88, something like that. I came up in a David Rivers, Raphael Addison era. Raphael Addison wound up starting at small forward at Syracuse back in you remember the Big East heyday? The heyday, Hoya Paranoia, and teams had to go play and carry a dome and all that stuff in Syracuse, and my guy with the sweater was coaching St. John's back when he had Chris Mullen and Walter Berry and all them dudes.
Queens get the money, Walter Berry.
Queens get the money, right. Right. And so one of the things that as a hooper that you didn't really like is, say if Jay Boogie had a reputation, right? Jay Boogie was that guy, and say Jay Boogie, a Queens high school come to Jersey City and play Dickinson High in our gym, right? And they like, we in the country, Jersey City, the country, man. What we doing over here in the country playing these country, even though Jersey City is the city, right? Jay Boogie walk in our gym, and we know he done put up 17 points a game like the last 7 games. And I played it. My job, bro, you coming in my house, bro, I'm not trying to let you score, period. Right? I don't care what you scored in y'all New York City basketball leagues and all that stuff. When you come in here, we trying to shut all of that down. And then your coach tell you before the game, now, Uncle Freezie, you ain't get ready to guard Jay Boogie. We get ready to run a zone or such and such and such. And I'm like, come on, dog. See, now you're trying to you taking a game out of our hands, right? You're taking the game out of our hands, and now you're saying, just run what I want you to run, and run it at 100% max energy, max effort, right? And then Jay Boogie go off on us, and not only do we score 17, but he scored 30 right? You know what I'm saying? And now I'm demoralized. I'm playing in a joint that I really don't fit, take advantage of, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And then we lost. And then not only did we lose to Jay Boogie, what school you went to? You went to
What they call those.
salute to all the hoopers that played at Cardoza.
Mhm.
Right? Salute to all the hoopers but not only do we lose to Cardoza, now we losing to Lincoln High, right? In New York. I think Lincoln High is in Brooklyn, right? Is Lincoln High in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
And then we lose to then that same week, we lose to Christ the King, right? But then we go on a 9-game winning streak. We beaten Academic and Ferris and Snyder, and Marist and Bayonne. We beating all them teams. But
Right.
then when we play Cardoza, we lose. And they best player light us up, look like he the best player in the area. Right? Then we lose to Christ the King. Right? Then we lose to Lincoln. But we steadily eating on Snyder and Academic and St. Aloysius. Right? St. Patrick. Back then, St. Patrick's wasn't good. They was good now. Or St. Patrick's and St. Peter's Prep and all of them. Right? And so that's what I think is happening with our guys. I legit think that our coaches' lack of flexibility is frustrating for players, right? I think there is an element of it'll work if you play harder element to it. I can't trust those guys off the bench. I need y'all to run my system harder. And now instead of dudes playing 34 minutes a night, they playing 38 minutes a night. And the 34 minutes of, regular NBA minutes are turned into 39 minutes of playoff level basketball for 82 games. And then when it happens, guys get burnt and then start turning on each other, looking at each other like, yo, Tibbs said this thing will work if we play harder. What we playing? Bro, we can't legit say Josh Hart don't play hard, bro. Josh Hart is 6'4". Josh Hart has 10 triple doubles in 2.5 years as a Knick. At a 6'4" power forward. That's crazy. Karl Anthony Towns is leading the NBA in rebounding. You can't question his effort because if you ever been a rebounder, you battling bodies all game to grab. That other team want the rebound just as bad as you do. They ain't gonna give it to you, right? Mikal Bridges, you expect him to be an elite two-way player, and I think he is. But elite two-way players don't stay healthy. If you want elite defense and elite offense, those dudes don't stay healthy. But not only is Mikal Bridges staying healthy, he leading the NBA in minutes. So on nights his offense disappear, you can't be mad because that man is staying healthy and defending point of attack. Because our point guard is not a point of attack defender, right? He's not a point of attack defender. Mikal Bridges is our point of attack defender, and we ask him to give us 19 points a game, and we ask him to stay healthy, and we ask him to lead the league in NBA minutes. So not only are you taking on the toughest defensive task every night, you playing 39 minutes, almost 40 minutes a game doing that, running through screens, right? Sprinting back in transition, right? Switching when the switch is there, right? All of these different things you can't blame. I don't think the players are at blame. I honestly believe in my heart of hearts, as somebody that played the sport and understand how basketball works, you can't ask. And you shouldn't even think about asking two-way players to play 39 minutes a night, right? And be the point of attack defender and give you 19 points a game, right? It's like if you ask Gary Payton to be the point of attack defender, be healthy, have all the guard responsibilities, and give you 20 points a game. Can he do it? Yeah. Should he do it? No. That's the reason why they had Nate McMillan and others help Gary Payton to lighten the load. Do the Knicks have a guy to help lighten the load for Mikal Bridges? No, because those guys don't play. You feel me? Like Landry Shamet should be the guy that lightens the load for Mikal Bridges. But we just got Landry Shamet out the G League. That man ain't been in this system long enough to be that guy. OG Anunoby is an elite wing player. We asking OG Anunoby to give us about 16 points a game and play elite defense and stay healthy. Guys that do that don't stay healthy. Any elite wing player that I name, whether his name is Trey Murphy III, can't stay healthy. Right? Paul George can't stay healthy. Kawhi Leonard can't stay healthy. Right? But we're asking our guys to do all three of those things and then give us more. Right? The starting five is a fantastic starting five. What they're giving us should suffice. Where our falling down is, I think Tom Thibodeau, for those middle veterans, for Precious, Deuce, Cam, Shamet, Jumpman, and others, we're just not getting enough from them guys. You burning your bench out. And you can't blame the young players because the young players don't play enough. So, Jay Boogie, I got wordy right there, bro. I couldn't find another way to express myself other than to say it in that way, bro.
It's all good, man. I understand it. I understand what you're saying, what you're talking about. And you can't expect these guys to be that on that great level night in, night out. Every game.
Right.
But take them game nights off against them bums. Do that. You said something very interesting when you said, about a player coming into your house. You're not getting ready to do that.
Right.
And that's why Friday night I blame them players. I blame the players on the team because you and I both are old school. Majority of the chat that's viewing and right, and hit that like button. Subscribe, share the channel. You know what I'm saying? Please do that. But majority of the old school guys, and if you're a younger person, you still old school because you hang around a bunch of old school guys.
Old head,
so,
yeah.
You get the knowledge because that's when I was a biddy. I hung around the old school guy. Go to the store, you youngin. I'm back. What else you need? I hung around the older guys so I could learn. You know what I'm saying? So I say that because them guys knew that OKC was coming in here Friday. They knew that.
Off a loss.
But forget the Cleveland loss. We just blew a game against them. Another game that we had that we blew.
Yeah.
So they coming in here, right? My thing is this. When you're tired and you at your weakest moment, your weakest peak, for the brightest situation, can you go further down and pull something up out of you? You know how like with guys be having them great games and be like, oh, yo, he out of body. Right. He out of this world. You know what I'm saying? That ain't him. He's somewhere. He's somewhere else out of his game. You know what I'm saying? Can you dig deep down in yourself and pull somebody out? Because, like I said, I'm old school like everybody else. You should be old school. But when Pat Ewing was getting ready for Brad Daugherty, Rick Smits, Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robinson, Shaquille O'Neal, any of those type,
Jeff Rulin,
any of them. I'm talking about the real big boy games.
Yeah,
that's coming here in the Garden. Oh, it was no playing. It was no playing the night before. I get all my rest. Ain't no hanging out. Ain't no nothing. I got to be on my best effort when I wake up in the morning. So I don't need no hangovers, no nothing. When Bernard King was here, and he knew Larry Bird, Dr. J, Magic Johnson, Marcus Johnson, these guys was coming in here, won't no hanging out. I'm on my best energy and my best effort the next day because I got to stand up and showcase for this building. When Clyde was here and he had the big O and them tight before Pearl was over here in New York, Pearl was coming here. All these guys would come here. Even though Clyde had the night scene, the restaurant, he wasn't partying. He was laying down, resting, because he know. So you knew Friday night that this arena was going to be sold out. You knew Friday night the biggest stars was going to be there. Eli signing footballs, throwing them into the stand. They don't remix the Friday night Knicks song. They put them in the bleachers, playing the guitar. All this was going on. You knew the brightest of the brightest lights was going to be here Friday night. Right. So you did not show up for your home face, for your home fans, for your building. You did not protect this at all. You know what I'm saying? You have to protect this building when we playing against these big major teams and these major players. They coming in here. You know, GSJ, he was looking like the Jerry Rice of the NFL the way he was catching slants going across the field, man, going straight to the touchdown. Nobody was checking him. And the thing about it, everybody was cool about it. Nobody was mad. Nobody was upset. Nobody got a personal foul. Nobody got text. Tom ain't get. That was a perfect time for Tom. You ain't even got a text. Yeah. Everybody went back to the locker room like it was cool. It was okay about what happened Friday night. No, the fans, we not happy about that. Right, the way we give y'all, the way we love y'all and support this team, support this organization, sometimes you got to give it back to us. And we was looking for Friday night for y'all to give it back to us, but you didn't. You know what I'm saying? You got to stand up for these big boy games. I don't care how you feel. What happened 2 nights ago? What you going through? But I got a big matchup right now. I must show up. That's what we're going to appreciate and love more than anything. Derrick Rose, we just went to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? They throwing his jersey way up in the Raptors. You know what I'm saying? They saluting him. For one, he played for Chicago. Number 2, he's from Chicago. Another thing, I believe they set us up. Why they set us up? They put us on the schedule for the Derrick Rose for the Derrick Rose retirement. Why they set us up? Because Derrick Rose played for the Knicks. Derrick Rose played for Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Then they set us up some more. Derrick Rose played for Tom not once but twice. Once in Chicago, one in New York. What did the Chicago Bulls do? They were in that building and stood up. Were they the better team? No, but they stood up and they fought and they protected their home court because they had something big going on in that city. This is what we're not doing, protecting this building, this Madison Square Garden. This right here is the mecca of basketball, the biggest arena. A lot of things going on in this building. Tennis matches been going on in that building. Big major fights went on in this building. Major concerts went on in this building. A lot of things go inside Madison Square Garden where you got to protect and hold this building down. Can't let these dudes come up here and do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? You can lose games, but it's how you lose. How we lost was crazy. That might have been the worst Knick game I've seen as far as energy and effort. I don't want to hear nothing about going to watch tapes because you can't watch tapes for energy. You can't watch tapes for effort unless you're looking at how you wasn't participating and going all the way out hard. Josh Hart, I salute you. I salute you, Josh Hart. I don't care what you say, what you do, you know what I'm saying? When you're on that court, you go all the way out for us. You might say some, you know what I'm saying, some things that you be like, whoa, ho. But on that floor, on that court, Josh Hart is not playing one, but he's playing 4 other positions. And he's only one guy. If we had 5 Josh Harts, we would be the best team in the league right now. Best team. We have 5 Josh Harts that put it all out there on the floor, go all the way out.
Right.
Excuse me, I had an incoming call, but no more letting people come up in our building and playing like this is our building. We need to play in Madison Square Garden like we be playing in the other people's building on the road. When the capacity is only 20,000 for them in their building, and there's 9,000 Knicks fans in there, and they sounding louder than the other 11,000.
And we close to the court, and we right behind their bench.
Man, you know we taking over the buildings, man. Taking over the building. Shout out to my man, my man Tony. You'll be on Twitter Spaces. Shout out to King D's and them guys. You know, we putting together events going on the road. We got an event get ready to come up. You know, we pick and choose between Miami and LA. We get ready to do something. We choose in Miami because LA is really expensive. Condolences and prayers go out to what's happening out there in LA. We praying for y'all, praying for the situations, you know what I'm saying? Tough times. Prayers going out to the Bronx. What happened up there in the Bronx? Prayers is going out all over the world, you know, point blank, period. Everybody got something that's going on amongst themselves or in their lives or in their city or in their family. Something I always say, we don't pray that you go through it. We pray that you get through it. Whatever you're going through, please get through it. But prayers go out for what's been happening and what's been going on throughout the world so early in this 2025. This is just our first full week. You know, the new year came in the middle of last week. This is our first full week, you know what I'm saying? And things is real serious in life, man. Serious. I got my leather skin. It's so serious. I got my leather skin Nick hat on. Leather skin, you know what I'm saying? I'm on one, and I don't bring certain things out unless I need to bring it out just to go back a little bit. But God bless, man, to everybody. What's going on, man? But I believe the Knicks, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it right. You know what I'm saying? More sooner than later, because it can't get no worse than what happened Friday night. It can't get no worse. You know what I'm saying? By God, we pray we continue staying healthy. Freezie been breaking it down. Them guys doing what they doing compared to the other guys that's 3-and-D and wing defensive players and scores. They're injured and stuff like that. We're still healthy, so you know we pray that we continue on staying healthy. We figure this thing out, man. Let's start the day.
Hey, man, those dudes that you mentioned, bro,
Mm-hmm.
that's a tough job, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Very tough.
That's a tough job. Bro, that is a man, when you are a two-way, when you're an elite two-way wing, it's hard staying healthy, bro.
Mm-hmm. Very hard.
It's like being a running back in the NFL, bro. Right? You do so many different things. You running the football, you catching it, you in pass protection, you doing all these things as a running back, right? And then people be like, yo, man, Saquon, stay dinged up, bro. Nah, bro, you asked that man to do 1,000 job, right? You asked that man to do 1,000 job, and then when he get hurt, he like, nah, man, Saquon, man, let me down. Nah, bro. You asked that man to do 1,000 different things. And then when he get hurt doing 1,000 different things, you like, he got hurt when we needed him. Nah, you needed him the whole time and he was there. You know what I'm saying?
And been using him the whole time he was there.
Been using him the whole time.
Using him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying with Bridges, bro. We got to relax on them nights that he shoot 2 for $1 million. On them nights he shoot 2 for $1 million, bro, he out there guarding who we think is going to be the league MVP. Right? He out there guarding the dude we think he's going to be the league MVP. And he healthy. Right? And all these different things, bro. We got to relax, bro, on certain things. That if you ask me if for a second y'all gave me the job, the first thing I'm doing and be like, brothers, listen, I appreciate y'all going out here and playing 30, 39 minutes a night, 37 minutes a night, or whatever it averages to, right? Because in blowouts, Tibbs will sit them down in blowouts, right? He'll sit them down so the number look more like 37 minutes. But nah, Tibbs is playing these dudes 41 minutes in competitive games, bro. And then in them blowouts where we playing the Washington Wizards, we'll sit them down early and it bring the number down. But nah, you don't play the Washington Wizards once a week, right? And so the first thing I would do if I'm them, I'm incorporating other guys into the rotation, right? I know Jumpman's minutes have been spotty, but I gotta play these kids. I gotta get Tyler Kolek some run. I got to give Pacom Dadier some run. I got to give Ariel Hukporty some run, right? I got to refine Precious's role, right? Precious is not a center. Precious is a big, but he's not a center, right? Precious ain't meant to bang in the NBA, bro. Like Jay Boogie, me and you have seen Precious Achiuwa live in person several times, right? They list Precious at 6'8". I doubt that man's 6'8", bro. To me, Precious looks like he's about OG's size, whatever size that is, right? And not saying that a guy that size can't play center. Think about who you having them go up against. The other night, man, Precious Achiuwa was going up against Jonas Valanciunas. 7 foot, 260 pounds. Right? What I'm saying is I'm not saying that Precious can't play the 5. What I'm saying is give Precious a chance, bro. Can Precious play some 4 next to Cat? Can he get some consistent minutes next to Cat? Can we get some more size in the lineup, right? So that you won't wear down Josh Hart, right? Can you incorporate a facilitating guard on that second unit so that the ball can move? So it won't be ISO Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne ISOing. Landry Shamet can't get shots off, right? Matt Ryan. Can we incorporate other players, not just so that because we want to see them guys eat or see, it's not just because I want to see Pakam Dadier be an all-star. It's because at the end of the day, we want the Knicks to win a championship. And how we going to get the Knicks to win in a championship is having our guys be healthy in the playoffs. But if you make the playoffs and you're not healthy, is it not the same thing that happened to you last year? In the year before that, and in that Atlanta year? Is it not the same thing? You know, you get hot during the season, win a bunch of games, get to the playoffs, find out that you're not deep, and then you lose. It's not like Digital Underground said in a song about 30 years ago, all around the world, same song.
Same song.
All around the world, same song.
But
right?
Can you incorporate them guys at the same time? When y'all guys get incorporated, and you incorporate your game while you inside at the same time.
Right.
When your number get called, you're supposed to do any and everything it takes for that coach not to have an excuse to pull you back out of that game. He balling.
What?
He out there everywhere.
Right.
Do that.
Right.
Freezie, I got some phone calls coming in, Freezie. I got to check up on my guys on a Sunday job, man. And they don't call me twice, man. I just wanted to come out, let you know I love you, my brother, and I love everybody in the chat, man. God bless everybody, man. Let's have another beautiful rest of the Sunday. Let's get a victory today. Let's watch some football. Let's have a good in-house cooked meal. You know what I'm saying? And I hope everybody is in the greatest form of health.
North Carolina, raise up.
That's raise up. Hold on. Keep your shirt on.
Yeah. Hey, easy. Keep them shirts on.
Keep your shirt on, man. Don't be. That's 20-something years ago. Keep that shirt on.
Keep that shirt on. Thank y'all, everybody, for coming through, hanging out with us. We're going to be on Playback TV at 3 o'clock. Come through, hang out with us. Jay Boogie, thank you for coming through. Peace, everybody.
Peace.